For this video, I wanted to chat about where I'm going to be going with this YouTube channel in 2025. I feel like every year I try to just change it up, do different videos, do different things with my reading, that sort of thing. And this year, I really want to make kind of a big change. This past year, I just got really involved with ARCs, and I know I talk about this all the time, and I'm sorry if you're tired of hearing about it, but I ended up reading, I don't know, probably over 50 ARCs this past year, and I had some amazing reads. I'm not gonna hate on it at all because it was really fun. I found some of my new favorite authors this way. I found some of my new favorite books this way. And it was just an amazing experience overall. That being said, though, I feel like it really held me back from reading, not only just in general, but what's on my actual shelves over here. So I have really grown this collection from when I started this channel to now, present day. And it is literally grown past my wildest dreams of what I thought I was gonna do. I literally thought I was gonna have maybe 2 bookshelves and that was it. Majoritively, when I started this channel, I read books from the library, and I owned, I don't know, possibly 20 books. That might be even a little high. I really didn't own many books. And sorry about this video. This video, we're just gonna be chatting. So if you're not here to chat, that's pretty much what we're doing. I'm just kind of gonna just unveil the plans for next year and kind of talk about my goals and talk about where I was at last year compared to where I would like to be next year and that sort of thing. So also, if you have suggestions for what you would like to see from this channel and from me in the new year, do let me know because I will definitely take it into consideration. I ended up collecting a ton of books, clearly, and this is not all of my shelves. I also have one out in my living room, and I have 2 set up actually behind the camera that you never get to see. They're the small ones, though. I didn't get rid of any of my original shelves, so my 2 original small shelves that I actually found on Facebook Marketplace originally, and those were my first shelves I ever got. They're behind the camera and I will keep them forever. Everything's all the way full. All of my shelves are very full. Now, granted, I, have stuff like this in between that I could take out and add more books, but I'm not really trying to do that because I really want to have some decorations on my shelves. So, all of this being said, I want to start reading what is on my shelves. And this coming year, I decided that I'm not going to be accepting ARCs how I was last year. So I'm going to be only accepting ARCs from authors that are friends or that I have just, spoke to, or I've really liked their books, or maybe they're in the process of writing a series and I've been ARC reading the series because I have a handful of authors like that where I'm in the middle of reading their series. So as they come out, I'm going to read them. But other than that, the NetGalley, requests, all my work with publishers, all that type of stuff, I'm gonna kind of just let that slide. And unless I see something that's really top tier and I'm dying to read it, or it's an author I'm dying to read, I'm gonna let ARCs just kind of take a back seat this coming year. And I'm going to challenge myself to read as many books as possible from my physical shelf. So that means no library books, no ARCs, no extra stuff. Now, obviously, I'll probably either get gifted books, find books at little free libraries because I'm always finding books there, possibly buy books because I'm not going to tell myself I can't buy any books because I'm always buying books. But anyway, anything that's on the shelf counts. So I also really want to challenge myself to not be okay, I want to read this book from my shelf and not actually physically read it, listen to it on audio even though it's on my shelf. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person. I bought the book. I have it on my shelf for a reason, and I need to read this stuff that's on my shelf. So main point of really wanting to do this is because I want to clear some space on my shelf. So I have a lot of books that I go to the library book sale as you have probably seen in other videos. Books are between $1 and $2. So I buy lots of books there. I have lots of like random books from the book sale that are on my shelves that I know a portion of them I'm not gonna love and I'm not gonna want to keep on my shelves forever. So what I want to do is read some of those, get some of those knocked out, start either, you know, selling on Pango, donating, or dropping off in little free libraries. Books that I'm not really vibing with, that I've read, that I'm like, okay, I don't need this on my shelf. Get rid of those and make way for some stuff like this. So this is one of my favorite shelves, and I just completed the whole collection. I have all the original covers of the Addicted series and the Calloway Sisters series. I also have Bad Reputation and their newest book, Dishonestly Yours. And then I bedazzled the Addicted book, the first book, not the original cover. The original cover is right here. Pretty much, I want to make room on my shelf for like special edition books like this, or like this of my favorite series. So this is the special edition book of Magnolia Parks, and it's amazing. And I have the whole Magnolia Parks series here, and those are just books that I will keep forever and I will never get rid of. And I just want to have those type of books on my shelf versus all of these random books that you might not even be able to see, because I kind of just set up the camera on my favorite shelves, which are these two shelves right here, have all of my favorite books on them. But like, I have another one of these big ones over here, and a lot of the books over there are just these more random me type books that I don't know if I'll even like. All of the ones on the bottom are just that type of thing. I'm in the middle of reading the Magnolia Parks series. I started this series, let's say a year and a half ago, and I've yet to read the whole thing, even though I am obsessed with it. And it is probably my favorite series of all times, and I haven't even finished it. So I want to like have time to commit to these books that I love, and also commit to the books that are just sitting around on my shelf. So that is my big major goal for 2025, is to read what's on my shelves. And I'll be reading them in vlog style videos. Like, we're going to keep it kind of similar to what I've done in the past, give you a review, let you know what I'm thinking, how I'm liking all of it, that type of thing. And kind of just, you're going to help me like track myself throughout the year, and we'll see how many I can actually physically read, and then I will do a video like this at the end of next year telling you how many I've actually read. So that's something really fun I'm gonna do in the new year. And I have another thing that's really fun that I want to do in the new year. So because of all this ARC reading, I also haven't had time to really dive into any major big series that are very popular. To name a few, ACOTAR is on the top of my list, A Throne of Glass on the top of my list. Those two are both by Sarah J Maas, and everyone and their mother have read these books, and I have not read them, so I really want to read them. The Fourth Wing duology, I don't know if this is going to be, I think it's going to be a series actually. I think there's going to be 3 of them, but anyway, the Fourth Wing books, have not read those. Don't know if you can see that high, Powerless series, the Inheritance Games. There are so many series I want to get into that I've not had the opportunity to do because of all of my ARC reading. So I am setting aside next year to really dive into these series. I'm also going to be making videos on these, so I can give you like full unhinged thoughts on all of these, because it will be my first time reading any of them, and I feel like everyone has read them, so you've heard everyone's opinions already. So let me just throw my drop in the bucket, and I will also tell you how I am feeling about them and how it is for me reading it for the first time after everyone else has already read them. Now, I know I said I want to like read what's on my shelf and everything, but I also have a handful, probably like 30 books on my Kindle that I have bought or, you know, got on one of those like Amazon deal things for free. And they're just sitting on my Kindle waiting to be read as well. So those will also be kind of included with like my shelf read stuff, because it is technically like I do own them. They are technically on my shelf. So we're moving over to here, which is my Nicholas Sparks shelf. And if you know anything about me, you know I love Nicholas Sparks. He is one of my favorite authors. I just about own every book he's ever written at this point. So I thought it would be really fun this year, if I have the time in between all my other reading, which I think I'll make the time for this, to go through and for the majority reread, but there are a handful that are in here that I have not read. Like, I haven't read this one, which is The Return. I haven't read this one, which is The Wish. So there are like 4, I think, in here that I haven't read. But anyway, I would like to go through all of these and either read or reread them and possibly annotate them. Like, I know I really want to annotate The Notebook. I really want to annotate Dear John. I really want to annotate The Last Song. Those are probably my top 3 favorite books by Nicholas Sparks. So my ultimate favorites, I would love to have them all annotated. I read a good portion of these in my younger years. Nicholas Sparks was kind of my author that just bridged the gap from young adult to adult reads for me. So he was more of an author that I read, I would say, in my late teens, like 18, 19, 20s, you know, early 20s. And he kind of just pushed me into reading adult books instead of always going to the young adult section. So I read a lot of those back then. I read a couple of them more recently. I hope you will come along with me and read them with me, because Nicholas Sparks is just a gem, and he has written so many books, and they are all fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I think that's really all I wanted to talk about on this video, and I think that's kind of it for this video. I did have my book journal out because I did make a list recently. I made a list of anticipated reads that I really want to get to as soon as possible. So these are all books that I have put to the side that I have not had time for because of my ARC reading. So there is 31 currently on this list, and I have already read a couple of these because I have been set free. I have read all of my ARCs for that I have. So I'm ready to just dive into this list fully, and as I go along I'll just be checking these off and I'll probably just show it to you on video so you can kind of keep up with me. But this is the only other thing I really wanted to show you was my anticipated reads. So next year I'll also be doing a book journal like I always do. This one has come out so fabulous. I will be making a video to do a full flip through for you at the very end of the year once I have it all the way done, because I am not even close to done and there's so much updating that honestly needs to get done. That's all I had to say today. So just kind of wanted to let you in on my plans, and I'll see you in the new year. If you want to see more content from me, I post all the time on Instagram, and I would love to see you over there. I have so much fun over there, just posting all kinds of stuff. I do a lot of funny videos. I've been trying to get better at taking pictures of books instead of just posting random stuff. And I also post a weekly video here that's every single Friday, and I would love to see you back here for that. And make sure you like and subscribe to this channel so you do not miss any of my content that is coming out all the time. And I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.